Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Thanks again for tuning in to my channel. This is Mary from Mary Cosplay, and today I kind of wanted to take a trip down memory lane with you guys and talk about some of the things that have happened to me at anime conventions. You know, fun things, funny things, awesome things, not so great things. You know, I want to cover all of that. And I think this video is gonna probably be the first in what is a series, or what will be a series for, you know, anime convention stories. So I hope you guys enjoy, so let's jump into it. I started going to anime conventions way back in 2008. I was 18 when I went to my first anime con. It was a convention in Chattanooga, Tennessee called JAMP-Con, which is J-A-M-P Con. I forget exactly what it stands for. It was Japanese anime something. But anyway, yeah, that was my first con. I was 18, it was 2008, and the con took place in, I think it was March. It was March or April. But, you know, it was the first time I'd ever been to an anime con. I was super awkward. I was terrified of, like, everybody. Because up until that point, I had never... you know, anime conventions were something new and foreign to me. You know, I had only just discovered what they were. And, you know, I never really imagined that I'd go to one, to be perfectly honest. And so, when I went to JAMP-Con... it wasn't terrible, but, you know, the fact that I was so nervous and awkward made it a little bit hard to enjoy the convention, you know, because constantly my mind is being blown by the things that I'm seeing. You know, there are people walking around in cosplay, you know, dressed as their favorite characters and original characters. There's a dealer's room where you can buy stuff. You know, there's all kind of panels and events going on. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, where am I? You know, it felt like some kind of nerd paradise. You know, anime fan, otaku paradise. And as happy as I was, I felt so awkward to be there. It was just like, you know, I was just kind of walking around, sticking to myself. I didn't really talk to anybody. I only got like maybe 8 or 10 pictures, because I was super nervous about going up to people and asking for their picture, even though everybody was actually really nice. But yeah, that was a really awkward weekend, even though I did end up meeting some people, and some of those people I still talk to this very day. But yeah, it was my first con, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And yeah, it was a lot. It was awkward. But after like that first time, it's like after that, like I had a game plan, you know, like I know how I'm gonna be from now on. I know that people are not terrifying. They're gonna be nice. Hopefully, you know, just, you know, try to relax and have a good time. That's what I told myself. So the next official con that I went to was that same year in August. I think it was August. And it was a convention in Tulsa, Oklahoma called Tokyo in Tulsa. And I went to this con with a very good friend of mine, Lauren. I hope you're watching. I'm going to tag you in this video. But I went to Tokyo in Tulsa with my friend Lauren, and we had a blast, you guys. Like, it was crazy. We owned that convention. It was so great. Like, I don't know. I guess it was maybe the confidence of having somebody with me that helped so much. But we just had a great time at that con. We got to meet the voice actors, the guests that were there. Like, one of my favorite voice actors, as a matter of fact, Crispin Freeman, was one of the guests. And I was so stoked about meeting him. And I got to meet him. I got to talk to him. I got a picture with him that I may insert in this video. Now that I think about it, yeah, but it was so great. You know, all the voice actors were kind. They were super awesome people. You know, the attendees were great. There were a few people who were a little bit stuck up, I guess, a couple of cosplayers, but, you know, they weren't enough to ruin the experience for me. And we just had a great time. You know, the hotel staff was great. You know, they were very curious, very amused by what was going on. There was a lot of great cosplays. I got a lot of great pictures. I actually did cosplay kinda for that con, and it was, what was I was a Lolita maid, so that wasn't necessarily a cosplay, but it was a costume, and it made me feel a little bit more a part of what was going on. And you know, somebody I think stopped and asked for my picture. I got like 1 or 2 pictures taken of me, and that was a great feeling. And I was like, okay, I know how to do this now. But yeah, Tokyo and Tulsa was great. It was really, really fun. One of the best convention experiences I've ever had. So yeah, that's that. The following year, in 2009, was the year I actually cosplayed a character. I went to a convention in Kansas City called NakaCon, and I dressed as Yoruichi from Bleach. At the time, I did not watch Bleach. I've never really been a Bleach fan, but I always liked Yoruichi's character design. You know, I read about her. I learned a little bit about her. I thought she was pretty. I liked that she had dark skin. I liked all of that. And so I was like, I'm gonna cosplay her. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this thing. And once again, as soon as like I put the cosplay on and went downstairs, I became super awkward again. Like, you know, that was the first time I had ever dressed as a character, and I didn't know what to expect, but I got a great reception for the cosplay. You know, people loved it. I was stopping here and there, people asking for my picture, and it boosted my comfort level and confidence so much as a cosplayer that, you know, that was it. That was like, you know, just, that's how it began, you know, this cosplay addiction of mine. And it was, like I said, it was great. You know, it took me at least 2 or 3 hours to really feel comfortable in that costume, you know, walking around and everything. And there was actually another girl that was dressed as Yoruichi there, and she and I, you know, like got together. Like, she was another version of Yoruichi, and so she and I got together, we took pictures, we became friends, you know, con friends, and it was really great. Funny story though about that con was that same con, it was that night. I had been in my Yoruichi cosplay for most of the day, and you know, for most of you, if you've been to an anime con, you know, usually things, as soon as night falls, things at con get a little bit more mature, a little bit more naughty, you know, more adult orientated stuff, you know, 18 and up events basically. And so I decided to go to, I forget exactly the name of the panel, but it was a hentai panel where it's basically a bunch of people crowded into a room, and they show like different pictures of hentai from different animes on the screen, and we have discussion. You know, like crack jokes, have discussions, just, you know, basically be pervs together. So I went to this panel, and I was still dressed as Yoruichi, and a Bleach section of hentai came up on the screen, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I hope they don't show any hentai of Yoruichi. But lo and behold, there was a lot of hentai of Yoruichi, and here I am standing in this room big as life, dressed as Yoruichi, and I was standing there, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I hope nobody notices. But they did. Like, this one guy that was standing next to me, like, happens to look down at me, and he's like, oh! And he was like, hey, we got Yoruichi right here in the audience. And, you know, like, everybody had turned around and were looking at me, and they were, oh, and screaming and everything. And I just wanted to, like, shrink because it was so embarrassing. And I was like, oh my gosh. But it was funny at the same time. I wasn't really uncomfortable. I just felt more awkward than anything. And so, like, then people, like, had questions like, Yoruichi, like, when you took this picture, like, the hentai picture that was up on the screen, like, when you took this picture, what were you thinking about? Or how did you feel? Or what prompted you? And it became, like, me trying to be in character as Yoruichi and answer these perverted-ass hentai questions. It was crazy, but it was really fun and hilarious at the same time. So yeah, it happened at con. But yeah, I guess that will be all for today. I've reached the 10-minute mark at this video and I'm still rambling. But, you know, this is just like the tip of the iceberg for some of the things that has happened to me at con. Like I said, I started going to con in 2008 and I've been going ever since. So yeah, I have a lot of stories. So this is just chapter 1. This is volume 1. So I hope that you guys will check back for more stories soon. If you like this video, if you enjoy what I've been putting out so far, you know, please subscribe, give my videos a thumbs up, share the videos. I would super appreciate it, and I hope that you guys will tune in again soon for my next one. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.